whole description she does of the Portland hospital, the birth, that was completely fabricated. We all know, the first interview we all know that she never intended to go to the Portland hospital. She intended to have the baby at home. We know that they deceived the public about the birth data and time of the whole event. Oh, absolutely, I think the timing was on purpose too, because the Dior deal, which we'll talk about in a minute, that was gossip around LA.
Oh, you better sit down for this one because the royalty is hotter than ever. Prince Harry is spiraling, and Meghan, oh, she's plotting in the shadows. Word on the street is that the truth about Archie and little Lilibet isn't the picture-perfect fairy tale they've been selling. No, it's messier, darker, and way more scandalous than anyone could have imagined.
So, you know, even it goes down to the lawyer saying that in that statement, when they have that long attack on the Mail, which is astonishing.
And just when you thought it couldn't get juicier, along comes Tom Bower. Yes, the man who's basically made a career out of dragging royal skeletons out of closets. He's dropped an absolute bombshell, and let me tell you, jaws are on the floor. According to him, Archie and Lilibet's origins aren't what we were all led to believe. Suddenly, whispers of surrogacy, secret truths, and even doubts about who the real biological parents are flying everywhere. Harry's carefully crafted, happy family brand? Oh, it's taking a serious beating.
That she says that she didn't cooperate with Omid Scobie, and she said that she didn't consult anyone when writing the letter to her father. That was in a sworn written...
See, Harry and Meghan thought their Netflix deal was their golden escape ticket. Freedom, fame, and a mountain of cash. But honey, now it looks more like the chain dragging them down. Thanks to Bower's revelations, those glossy documentaries and mega money projects have turned into one giant microscope zoomed in on their lives. Every photo, every timeline, every Instagram caption is being torn apart by the public. And guess what? Social media is eating it up with a spoon.
Why he called them the grifters, and that is because they're scroungers, the Sussexes. And I heard this particular story, which is extraordinary, which is that Harry and Meghan were invited to this sun-kissed place by the beach. And
here's the kicker. Meghan, oh, she's cool as ice. While Harry's losing his mind, she's strategizing, lining up legal threats, and keeping that perfectly polished, calm exterior. Critics are saying it's textbook Sussex. Harry in full panic mode, and Meghan pulling the strings. And let's be real, the drama, it's delicious.
Had arrived with the host's private jet, as usual, and wanted to leave, and then they heard that someone else who was there.
But let's not sugarcoat it. This isn't just about Hollywood checks or glossy magazine spreads. This is about legacy, credibility, and how the world sees them. Netflix gave them millions, but it also shoved them under the harshest spotlight. And suddenly nothing, not even the fairy tale family they sold, feels private anymore. The Sussex dream is cracking, chaotic, and oh so entertaining. Poor Harry, every new headline pushes him deeper into a panic spiral.
It says, Meghan didn't lie. Well, extraordinary how the whole thing is unraveling.
And yet they don't produce...
Hold tight, because this next bit is wild. Tom Bower's claims have reignited all those whispers, yes, those whispers, about surrogacy. And the gossip is spreading faster than champagne at a royal wedding. People are pointing out inconsistencies in birth records, photos, and Meghan's strangely timed baby bump appearances. And now fans are squinting at old pictures asking, wait a second, why was she really pregnant right here? Suddenly, everything is up for debate.
Full house by a beach. And Meghan went up to her and said, is there any, let us talk, let us become friends. The following day after they were taken back home.
And here's the million-dollar question. If Meghan did use a surrogate, why the big secret? Was Harry in on it, or did Meghan keep him in the dark too? Either way, it makes him look bad, weak, clueless, or worse, complicit. The once tough soldier prince is reportedly pacing around Montecito, muttering to himself like a man who's lost control of his life. Meanwhile, Meghan, she's unbothered, gliding through it all with her usual icy poise. Tell me that's not the ultimate power dynamic.
It's always they. They never name them, except they did name Jason Knauf, the man who in the end...
And oh my God, social media is going crazy. Every smile, every Instagram post, every carefully worded statement is being dissected. What used to be dismissed as wild tabloid fodder is suddenly trending as a real possibility. The whispers have gotten so loud that people are now demanding DNA tests. And the longer Harry and Meghan keep quiet, the louder it gets.
The host private jet, Harry called this particular woman and said, is there a chance that we could borrow your house? Meghan wonders whether we could have it.
At this point, it doesn't even feel like it's about the truth anymore. It's about who controls the story. Meghan looks like she's orchestrating every move, while Harry seems trapped in a storm he can't outrun. And the world? Oh, the world is perched on the edge of their seats, popcorn in hand, watching this royal fairy tale crumble in real time. And Harry? He's the tragic leading man, panicked and front and center.
Meghan's lies, and of course they're furious with him. So the whole series ends with that statement on the screen which says, Knauf is the liar, not us. And that is
Oh, the drama is real and it's spreading like wildfire. Tom Bower's bombshell about Archie and Lilibet has the public absolutely losing it. And the palace? Silent. Completely ghosting. That silence is deafening, and you know what that means. It's only fueling the gossip. Unlike William and Kate's kids, George, Charlotte, and Louis, who are constantly front and center at royal events, Archie and Lilibet remain almost invisible. Rarely seen, barely photographed. Critics are raising eyebrows. Is this really just coincidence? Or has the palace itself been questioning their place in the line of succession all along?
day Harry calls and says, Meghan also says, can we get there in your private jet?
Oh my.
Royal commentators aren't mincing words. They say the distance isn't just about optics. Nope, it's strategic. The palace is keeping its gloves clean, letting Harry and Meghan drown in the chaos while shielding the firm from the fallout. Smart move or shady silence? Either way, it's working. The public can't stop talking. Every picture, every vague statement, every Instagram post is being picked apart. And Harry's spiraling panic, paired with Meghan's icy calm, has created a drama cocktail the world just can't scroll past.
Netflix have a lot to answer for. If an established broadcaster in Britain or America produced that sort of succession, 6 hours of lies, they would be absolutely hounded out.
No balance.
Let's not forget, these kids were supposed to be untouchable, symbols of the Sussex fairy tale. Archie and Lilibet weren't just children. They were meant to be living proof of Harry and Meghan's happily ever after. But now, they're the headline themselves. Instead of protecting their parents' image, they've become the center of speculation. The shields are now the scandal.
Criteria. It is just propaganda. You know, Joseph Goebbels, Hitler's propagandist, would look with real...
And poor Harry. Insiders are saying Bower's revelations have absolutely broken him. Picture this. Harry pacing around Montecito like a man possessed, ranting to staff, glued to headlines, muttering under his breath like he's living in a nightmare he can't wake up from. The once confident prince? He looks like he's completely lost the plot.
Okay. What they've done very cleverly is they use their friends, their lawyer, academics who have always backed their side of the argument to seem to give...
And let's be real. Friends and former aides have been whispering for months that Harry's mental state was cracking. But this scandal, this cuts to the bone. Fatherhood wasn't just something he talked about, it was his shield, his identity. He prided himself on being dad above all else. And now, the whispers of surrogacy, secrecy, and questions about his children's origins rip at the very core of that identity.
Balanced documentary, but in fact, all of those people are stooges. They are plants for Harry and Meghan. I mean, this friend, Lucy Fraser, I think her name is, she's some sort of PR.
And while Harry's unraveling, Meghan's out here playing the long game. Calm, strategic. She's orchestrating legal defenses, staying poised, keeping her public image polished, and critics say that only makes Harry look worse. He's sweating it out in Montecito while she's untouchable in LA, cool and calculating. Once again, the frantic prince, icy duchess dynamic on full display. She built her brand on demanding truth from the royals, yet she might be the one hiding the biggest truth of all. Observers point out the suspicious way Archie's birth was announced, the vague statements about Lilibet, the perfectly timed social media appearances. Every move screams control, and Harry, he's left looking like the emotional wreck, and then the whispers get darker. Among the juiciest claims after Bower's drop are suspicions of third-party donors or surrogates playing a role in the children's conception. Suddenly, the fairy tale feels less like a romance and more like a royal thriller. Fans are digging up old photos, zooming in on baby bumps, cross-referencing timelines like detectives, and social media on absolute fire. If these rumors stick, it's not just gossip. It's the kind of scandal that shakes royal history. Archie and Lilibet weren't just supposed to be Harry's kids, they were meant to represent the Sussex family's future. Now their very legitimacy is under fire. And here's where the royal soap opera gets downright explosive. Meghan built her brand on demanding truth from the palace, but now people are saying she's the one hiding the biggest truth of all. The way Archie's birth was handled, so secretive, so vague, left everyone side-eyeing. And Lilibet? Her introduction to the world was just as carefully orchestrated, with strategically timed photos and Instagram drops. It all feels rehearsed, controlled, like Meghan's pulling every string while Harry unravels in the background. People online are pointing out Meghan's uncanny ability to cry without ever shedding a tear. Doria has that pause, that real emotion. But Meghan? Observers claim her tears never fall. And now that performance is fueling speculation. Did she perform motherhood itself? Were donors or surrogates involved? Suddenly, the Sussex fairy tale feels less like a love story and more like a mystery thriller straight out of Netflix. And the stakes couldn't be higher. If there's any truth to these whispers, it's not just Meghan and Harry's reputations on the line, it's the royal lineage itself. Archie and Lilibet's place in the line of succession, the crown's history, could be questioned. Fans are scrolling back years, analyzing every photo, dissecting every angle of Meghan's bump, debating timelines like detectives in a crime series. Money, of course, is never far from the Sussex saga. Insiders are saying that Meghan's every move looks calculated, not just for survival but for profit. With the Netflix deal, the book contracts, the endless brand ventures, Bauer's revelations couldn't have come at a worse time. The empire they built to escape royal scrutiny is now the very thing keeping the pressure on. Every dollar, every deal, every carefully crafted Instagram feels like it's under a microscope. And Harry, the man who once wore fatherhood like a crown, is now portrayed as obsessed, paranoid, muttering in Montecito while Meghan glides through, untouched. The fairy tale image is crumbling, and the panic prince can't control the narrative. Observers even note that Meghan, ever the strategist, has floated ideas like rebranding as Spencer to lean into Diana's legacy. Meghan Spencer, the new Diana. Talk about bold. Tom Bauer's explosive claims have shaken the royal narrative to its core. Archie and Lilibet, the supposed proof of the Sussex dream, are now the epicenter of the messiest royal scandal in decades. And the palace? Still silent. That silence, deliberate or not, leaves room for every wild theory to flourish. Should the Sussexes finally agree to DNA tests and shut the world up once and for all? Fans are divided. Some scream, do it! End the whispers. Others warn it would only turn a private family matter into a circus that never ends. Meanwhile, hashtags are trending, memes are multiplying, and Harry and Meghan's every silence becomes louder than a statement. This is no longer just gossip. It's history in the making. The Sussex fairy tale they sold to the world, the liberated royals carving their own path, is being torn apart at the seams. The choices they make now will define their legacy forever. Will Harry be remembered as the prince who panicked? Will Meghan be remembered as the duchess who masterminded it all? And what about Archie and Lilibet, innocent children now caught in the storm? Their place in royal history questioned before they can even understand it. Royal secrets, surrogacy rumors, a panicked prince, and a calculating duchess. The Sussex saga has never been messier, and one thing is certain: the world isn't looking away anytime soon.